Everybody, Flask number 38, and of course by now you know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think by volume, this particular flask is the one that has the most volume. So I hope NIHAP chose wisely. Okay, it has a nice dark color. It's like matte. It's a little clingy. Smells fairly smooth. Getting I don't know why, but I'm getting kind of almost smells like a mix of a little bit of corn, not quite like popcorn kind of corn, but more like a fresh corn, and then that oakiness. Light, very light pepper right at the end. Initial thoughts? I have no idea. Cheers. It doesn't have a Scotch, really have a Scotch smell to it. I mean, it's definitely not really peaty, but I'm going with a Scotch for as my guess. Up front, it's really really smooth, really mellow. Not really anything going on until it kind of coats the back of your tongue. I'm just because of how smooth it is, I'm going with it's a Scotch. It's I wouldn't say it's very aged. It doesn't particularly have a lot of flavor to it. I mean, it's not like riding this roller coaster, but it just has that Scotch-like presence at the end. Really smooth. Almost a little buttery, like someone buttered those oak boards that they use for the flask. It's definitely something that, I guess it's more clingy than matte. It's hanging on pretty good, even on the back edge where I'm not. Okay, the next time Justin's terrible Scotch comes around, I'm gonna have to turn the rotation part off. It's noisy, and it seems like it's getting noisier. Do, 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 do. And just lights. Okay, first I have to, if you left a comment and said, why didn't the prick answer my comment, I totally apologize. Didn't show up yesterday while we were reading comments. It showed up now when I logged in so that I could scroll down so that we could interact together, and I had one thing listed as likely spam, and when I approved that and it refreshed, it said 56 things need your approval. I have no idea how far back every single one of them went. So again, if I didn't read your comment, I totally apologize. That's like an entire brew review, unless Mr. 27 and his mangy cast of outlaws gets involved and they try to go for more. But 56 comments needed to be approved from you. And that wasn't like that yesterday. 3 stragglers on abrasive. Mr. 27 needs more boobs. I'm okay with that. MP Gunther, or Gunther 1, 1967 Shelby GT5 or GT, and he's got a little heart. Hell yeah. Him again. Thanks for the review and hanging out. Hey, thanks for stopping over. I always appreciate it when you guys show up. On the review yesterday with the Mapmeister, first in is Frontline Cigars. Was it Stormy Coyote says, how do you do the first comment? Shit all the time, laugh out loud. This video was supposedly literally 20 fucking seconds prior. Frontline says, Stormy Coyote, I was in my basement smoking a cigar. Haven't been here in about a month, so I can't say all the time, laugh out loud. Popped up on my phone as I got a notification. Do I sense some jealousy? Laugh out loud, just kidding. Stormy says, well, you know, maybe a little. Okay. Either way, thanks guys. See you tomorrow. No, just kidding. 2 was Stormy Coyote. What does it say? Frontline says, when I go in their house on a call, I'm not allowed to talk to the woman without permission, and she has to always wear her husband is... Oh. He's talking about the you-know-whats. I don't think he meant that as a sub-comment to Stormy Coyote. It's amazing what us Americans are giving up. It's an invasion, you dumbasses. It's a fucking invasion, and we are letting it happen. You know, again, this country was founded on immigrants. This is what we are. But this is like something completely different. There's no going through and having them, you know, be vetted and make sure that they're this or they're that. It's like, hey, fucking come on in. You can have that whole part of Minneapolis and that whole part of St. Paul, and we'll put up no-go zones. And hey, our own dumbass fucking elected officials are going to get right behind it. And then when the violence and all that shit starts, everybody's just going to look the other way. What a joke. What a fucking joke. Immigration, my ass. It's a fucking invasion. The sooner the dumb people realize that, the better off we'll be. By then, it'll probably be too late. And the numbers in which we're just inviting them to come on into our country without having to play by all the rules, like, you know, the people that did it the correct way, like the Crazy Scotsman and Jerry and, you know, the people I have the utmost respect for. Instead, hey, it's like, you know, Scotland, why don't you bring in about 25,000 of your friends and then have a whole no-go zone in part of your city? You'll see how that goes. Oh, it probably wouldn't. So why do they let it happen with them? Fucking government officials, you're the biggest bunch of fucking idiots. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Multi Gunman says everything needs more cowbell and shots. Boco Loco says, hashtag no cowbell. Smile Money says, well, it needs something to drown out Matt. Tardisia says, too many cowbell haters today. Oh, what'd I do with it? I'm already doing shots, and oh, I know there's at least 7 to go in here. Let's see, in what order do we do this? Cowbell non-likers. You have 3, 2. So that means we're 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I wish I could figure out what brand these caps were. Unfortunately, the only thing I know is they're not these. They weren't in these little trays. They were a plastic. I think I threw it out already. They're a plastic grid. So I think it was 4. I think there was 12. Four in each direction, and you just kind of pop them out. That actually might have been the last one. Okay, moving on. Ben N, third. El Tenda says cheers. And Multi-Gunman says and beers. Cav Trooper 19D, my friend, gives me a thumbs up, and I appreciate that. I give you 2 thumbs up. Multi-Gunman says whiskey. Well, I believe we're having a little Scotch whiskey. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Scotch, it's just not, it's not peaty at all. Smooth as all get out, though. Number 38. Aged. Let's, again, I'm just going to guess at 10. It's just, it's really mellow, but it hasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? The bottom line on this one is, I think I'm going to give this a 6.5. I don't think I've given out a 6.5 yet. Yeah, this is just like a little bit of a corn. A corn, vanilla, and a light. I'll say it. It's a fairly light oak on this. This one doesn't really stand out. And then right at the very end, there's a little bit of pepper. So let's let NIHAP know, so we can all be thrilled by the fact that I'm hoping to be right on the Scotch part. Again, it's always hard to tell It's always hard to tell when they're not the real heavily the peated ones. Or I could be thrown completely off on the peated ones and have it turn out it's from India, where they can't call it Scotch even though it's Scotch. I don't know. Let's see, what can I throw? What can I throw in for a comment while I'm doing this? Oh, when Multi-Gunman said whiskey, nobody else's comments matter. The Real Cool Burnout, I'm here. Let's do this thing. Poco, you're naughty. Oh. Cobra, yeah, the truck stop memories. Poco Local says top 10. Light oak and light pepper. Oh, I forgot to tell him what Flask that would probably help out. Number 38. And I am giving it a 6.5. Okay. We'll see if he's busy or not. Top 10 bitches, says Gunwild1, who was, who ended up, because I invited him, being a guest on Christine's show last night, talking about all things bands and music, and it's always a fun time. Her show is usually slated for an hour, and I want to say we went 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 20 minutes maybe. I don't know. And Stalker Steve, if you see this and give a shit, that's why I didn't make it to your show, because by the time we were done with her show, yeah, my plan was to get up early. I didn't get up quite as early as I had hoped. I still, me and the son were still in a race for who could get downstairs first, though. It's good. I'll say it's well, it's a 6.5. It's very consumable. No, not really saying that it's rare and exotic, and I need to hang on to that flask as long as possible. So it's drinkable. Poco Loco, I'm actually liking Star Trek Picard. It's not too bad, even though it's filled with Hollywood ideology. Yeah, that's too bad. Poco Loco, I think a lot of insurance claims become in swaps. I think a lot of insurance claims become is swaps. Poco Loco, I almost have all the parts to LS. Okay, I'm sorry. That just looked. I think all insurance claims become LS swaps. I think I have all the parts to LS swap the White Jimmy. I did come to the conclusion that it's not enough power, so the swaps got to wait for me to scrounge the parts for the supercharger. Well, there's never enough power, really. Stormy Coyote, going on a trip to the cities? I see no problem with arming yourself to the teeth with weapons, but just like Jack Slater in the beginning of Last Action Hero. Yeah. Base Dip NCS, amazingly epic, and then he says amazing video subbed. I can see where this is going. Uploads, looks like it's all, looks like he's another music guy. Okay, I'll bite. Didn't cost me nothing. Frontline, sure, I come back after being away, and you could have at least given me a heads up Matt was going to be on. Now I'm definitely not watching this whole video. Scotsman says, I don't blame you. And Smile Money says, what? You don't like Matt's research into Somali women not knowing how to put gas in a car? Frontline, sorry, been away for a bit working on some new stuff. Have to get ready if they close down online cigar sales. I still love you. I know, that's bullshit. Crazy Scotsman, that would suck big time. I still need to place an order. Not been getting the overtime that I very much needed. Sounds familiar also. Frontline, did you hear the men that have coronavirus are looking for women that have Lyme disease? Scotsman, intro babe. Yes, yes, yes. Scotsman, whiskey. Scotsman, minute 39, damn, 17 seconds over the last time. Oh, man. What did he not, does he not know how to clean a fucking shot glass? What a douche stick. Scotsman, I'll pour something nice for you. Since I don't know if this is this is spelt correctly or not. So we'll just have some Lafroig, just some 10-year. It's not like I have a bottle of the 25-year NIHAP. I mean, hell, it's only $900. Why not? Could stick this back in an oak box and revisit it in 15 years. If we can even revisit me in 15 years. Don't take this the wrong way, though, Clyde. I still like my Ardbeg better. And right now, God, it still has some great follow-through on the flavor at the end, though. Damn. Can only imagine what some of their higher-end shit's like. But still, nothing right now can touch the Octomore. Oh, shit me. Probably gonna be no, the brew review will be up first in case you're like looking at this. This will be the video that will be up at if you're these people sitting around and you insomniac and you have nothing better to do. I will have it set to go live at exactly 3 a.m. Central. This all got started, and I love the idea, and I actually love more the idea of actually keeping this together, minus the rifle for right now. I'd rather know that one of my favorite babies is in the safe. But the whole concept was because of the Real Cobra Burnout. He did his video that was entitled like Bug Out Range Bag, or I don't remember, Cobra, how you had it titled, but it got my brain going in a completely different direction as your video. His was just basically being prepped to go to the range. In my brain, I thought, this is a mini version. Let's not get carried away, you know. I don't have machetes and a bow and arrow and all sorts of other shit in here. This is just like it's kind of like trying to cover as many possible scenarios that could possibly happen to like me and Christine in, say, a 24-hour window of being, or even out to 48, because you know you don't. In the case of the food part, you don't have to have food in the first day. Water, you know, that's going to be a little bit more critical, but depending on what the weather's like on a day like, you know, we're having now, I could go quite a while without having water. So then your heat and all of that stuff. So I put together kind of either a get home bag if it's with me in the truck, or a quick scenario like bug out bag of just stuff off the top of my head. And since I have the Ebomi video for it, I'm not really going to get into it, but I did ask for your guys' help as far as expanding on it goes, and I pretty much have a firearm and a knife and a gun cleaning kit and gloves, a way of producing heat, a couple of meals, some little knick-knack tools that will help you get water from a building. A lot of the commercial buildings, they lock out their water. I've got the tool to circumvent that. Water purification, a jacket, a shovel, miniature put together shovel in there, and it's just I give the credit to the Real Cobra Burnout, because it was kind of like, even though his video was completely different, it still got me going, and I talked to him about it, and so this was and again, it all without having to fight it or struggle with it weight wise. I have not put it on a scale, but you know, it's you know, I'm not gonna lie, there's 30, 60, 90, 190, 200, what, like 230 plus rounds of 5.56, AR pistol, first aid kit, all of that. And this is a bag that a few years back we were sponsored by Tough Products. I don't even know if the company even still exists or not. But this was all came to be because of my conversation with the Real Cobra Burnout, and I really liked the idea. And I think something that size, I could easily have that in my vehicle. If I could afford to actually build up an AR pistol like mine right there, and just put some inexpensive things on it, just as, you know, none of us are in the financial world of bang, 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 throw it aside like you see in the movies. But if something were to seriously, you know, like for instance, if that was in my vehicle and someone busted out I got a tickler. Someone were to say bust out a window and steal it, it's one thing to be out a $300 AR-15. It's another thing to be out that guy, because I have worked so hard to make it reliable, fun to shoot, just about no felt recoil, zero barrel rise out of it, very accurate, very reliable. And, you know, I would not want to come up to my vehicle and find the bag missing. But, you know, if you had to, you could do something similar like that with, say, the Shockwave, a shotgun. But I personally, something like that is going to give me a little bit more means of not only defense, but, you know, gathering food. So Cobra, you know, I just giving credit where credit is due. I'm glad that we had the conversation, and finally I've kind of been putting things together. I did what I was telling Jay from Elite Ammunition. I went through all of my what the hell's in this bag, what the hell's in this bag, and I literally dumped everything out. And I had been working on that, and then I took things that were in other bags, and I wanted to try to cover. And of course, when you guys see it, when you see the video, if you see something that, you know, maybe should be in there, or maybe you don't need that, or blah blah blah. Like I said, my goal was to defend myself, to be able to make fire, food, medical, you know, you know, I know that first aid kit. I've added a few things to it, like a tourniquet and all those kind of goodies. But, you know, I know the first aid could be more. But now everything is in something this size, so I have a very detailed first aid kit that's already in my truck, and that has a means of jump starting my car or my truck, charging a phone, flashlights, knives. You know, it started off as a very, very detailed first aid kit that ATF Sucks built me, and then I added more stuff, multi-tool, the cord to charge the for my phone, several others just in case, you know, because Christine's phone uses a different style cable, or does her new one? I think we're both on the same cable right now, but we've got the other ones in there in case you're in a group and someone's got the older style. So that's just kind of I call it like I think it covers everything that if I had to run right now and go, or if it was already in my truck, I feel good about, you know, but the only thing it doesn't have in there is like more gasoline from my truck, that kind of a thing. Crazy Scotsman, I'm sure you heard, but haven't heard you talk about it. Minnesota House passed red flag laws. Yeah, that's because we're a bunch of libtard motherfucking stupid ass douchebags that don't care about the Constitution or circumventing Americans' rights. But giddy up on calling senators and shit like that, and hopefully it will get shot down. The realization is the first moment that, and it's eventually going to happen. I don't think until the revolution actually starts, and these fuckers realize that you have pushed too far, oh yeah, they're one way or the other, they're going to do everything they can to get it done. I'd really hate to pick up and move. I mean, trust me, if my rights are being infringed upon, I'm happy to stand my ground and fight for a little bit, but I'm just not willing at this point in time to do it forever. I'll go somewhere else. Because I think eventually the majority of us will be in that location. And then go ahead. Try to come for it then. Pete, I'm going to butcher this. Pethaudus Hornswoggler. My brother used to be a public defender in northern Minnesota, and he says they have been doing this all along. Yeah, they have. Usually LEOs would confiscate and give them to a reasonable relative if one is available. Now they will confiscate and destroy or auction off, I bet. Not going to end well. No, it's not. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you are a representative in our government and you're hearing this, we are a peaceful, passive group of people, heavily armed, to enjoy the freedom of, and unfortunately, Tom, if you watch this, I just had too much shit going on today. I was supposed to, if I had a time slot open, I was supposed to meet my buddy Tom, who I did meet at the range, and he's a very cool guy with lots of cool toys. I was supposed to meet Tom up at the range that David Brown and Bunky treated me and Christine to for a year membership. I was supposed to meet him at 11 o'clock today, and he was actually interested in a friend of his seeing my AR pistol, but Sunday is the day that I take care of a whole bunch of household stuff, and I try to do, if not both, at least one of the Ebomi videos for the week. I've been trying very hard on John's tutelage to put one up on early Monday morning and early Wednesday morning. And so I had to take care of that and a bunch of stuff, and by the time that was all done, now it's about the normal time that I would have gotten home from work. So Tom, I apologize. I did not get to get up there and meet you to shoot. On the other side of that same coin is I don't have a hell of a lot of ammo left in the coffers right now, and if I'm going to have some fun, it's going to have to happen at the end of April. So, but yeah, I hope to get the opportunity. I'm hoping, Tom, that certain item will be here Monday or Tuesday, so I can complete another project, something that you're responsible for me passionately wanting to get my hands on. Carpe diem, brewing beer to taste like fruit. Why? Isn't the taste of just beer enough? Fly in the ointment. He says, well, some have the desire to drink beer with their pinky finger extended. See, Carpe diem, I can see you're another David Brown descendant, and beer is supposed to taste like beer. Yeah, I know, I could probably tell you some of the things that beers taste like in the craft world, and a lot of people would be like, yeah, I'd like to try that. And then there's probably 50% of you out there going, what the fuck, why would you put that in beer? Something, I don't know. The craft industry has just gone out of control. I threw this I think I was on camera. If not, I know I was talking to a few of you guys. I bet you right now we've got more craft breweries in the Duluth Superior area than they did in the United States 10 or 15 years ago. It's just out of control. And I honestly, I don't think a lot of these are going to be able to sustain themselves, which is why, one dies and another one pops up, because they went, oh, look we can get all this brewing equipment relatively cheap. But yeah, for me, my favorite by far style beer is an Imperial Stout. And you're going to get, coffee, chocolate, dark red fruits like raisin, date, cherry, that kind of stuff in there. I guess you have to try it. Some people will never want to try it. If it wasn't for the fact that David Brown has been alcohol free and a good boy for 28 and a half years, he would still not enjoy any of the shit that I generally review. He likes his beer to taste like beer. Wade, Brew Babe has some nice hanging fruit. Sharky, on the abrasive, catching up after being at the kids' party yesterday. The adults had snacks, beer, and various types of grilled chicken. Good times. Hell yeah. As far as me right now, I put on a batch of chili, which I'll have to notify my youngest because she always likes to just happen over. Actually, little shit. Yesterday she wanted to come over and have a quick relationship with her dirt bike, and I was actually surprised she got it running. It's very temperamental. It's a 250 150 150R 125R 150 a 150R Honda, and I remember going, a 150, isn't that cute? And she goes, you want to take it for a ride? I'm like, why, am I gonna break it? She's like, whatever. And I was like, okay, so it'll wheelie in first gear, second gear, third gear. It has more torque than holy shit. But yeah, she got it running yesterday, and she came in, and I told her, I said, Matt was going to be over in a little bit, and we're doing a brew review. Do you want to join us? And she said, yeah. And then like 28 seconds later, realized she was supposed to go get a friend of hers truck running, and abandoned me. So... where that even came from Sharky's comment, I have no idea right now. Smile Money, census counts the more people they bring over as refugees, the more money they get to skim off their friends and family. Huh. Chuck, my hollow point. Who knew Matt was a lead singer? And gives me a link. Oh, the raspberries. We were talking about them last night. Fuck you, Chuck. Hey guys, it got fucking scotch up my tear ducts. Oh my god. I can't do it. Sharky, hope the Mosin will be better now that it's no longer twanging, but more chunks or clunks than pulling the trigger. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been out with it one time, and I was disappointed in what was happening, but the weather wasn't there. We had a group of good friends, and it was like somewhere between socializing, and it wasn't like if I went up to our shack and I just sat there completely undisturbed by myself. Nice, warm, calm day. No frickin' horseflies. My God, the mosquitoes are one thing. The horseflies almost seem to like anything you spray on you. Like, spend the time and just make sure that scope is all dialed back in again. And, but I remember after putting it in the stock and pulling the trigger, it just seemed like it had a snap and then a reverberation that went through the whole stock. And after adding the bedding pillars in there, Rock Solid Industries bedding pillars back in there, it's just back to the thud kind of that it had before. Chuck you. Smile Money, South Carolina has spoken. And what did they say about picking Biden? Well, supposedly, what, he won big there? Gillian, I would say I don't win anything, but I won your friend's 30-06 Savage Access rifle. Love the rifle, and I'll never ever get rid of it. I'm no good when it comes to things like the lottery and that kind of thing. You know, I've bought tickets in the stuff that we've done, but again, like I've discussed before, I feel that even though I have the same odds as anybody else, that there's just some fucking prick out there that's gonna think or say something different. But like I said, I am sorry. I can't afford to do what a bunch of you are probably gonna do if Jim and Stalker Steve don't levy their retirement accounts to go after the Mr. Holster item coming up. I will be shocked. Christine wanted to pull maybe a hundo out of tax money, which we really still shouldn't do, but not only to help out Mrs. Holster, but for in it to win it, baby. That's all I have to say. Sharky, on the wrong video. When we go into making whiskey, we'll let the good stuff age for 10 years, while on the side we distill anything starting from moonshine and up. That and Joey doing his part. Yeah, like we were going with that. Sharky. And all caught up while making split pea soup from the barbecue, and of course an hour in it, it starts to rain. Well, that sucks. I have to find a guy. Maybe I need to talk to you. My grandmother and my grandfather's split pea soup recipe. So good. Just a big old hog's leg of ham in that baby, and it was like one of those things where you could spoon it out of the pot and go, and it would go. Now you got me thinking about that. I got my chili. Oh, that's where I was going with this. I got a batch of chili on. I'll have to notify Samantha. She always likes to pop over when the chili is on. I wish she would have stayed for the brew review yesterday, but helping a friend. Clyde, the Borg are the communists and socialists of the Star Trek world. Yeah, no Bernie voters. Revolution. Sharky, shit definitely ain't rigged. I won once, and shipping alone costs more then that fundraiser made. Screw shipping companies. Oh yeah, and your item has been moved now to the reloading room, where I do my best not to damage it even more than I already did when the cowbell flew off and bounced off of it. Smile money. Eric tasted 2 fruits. Just not the 2 fruits that were in the beer. Stephen, the venom is about 20 or 200-ish now. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's less than I paid for it. I was in this like 10 millimeter mode, and like I said, I also have an upcoming project that I hope I will see some forward motion on tomorrow. Oh, Mark, Mark Peace. Yeah, this is always an impossible thing to, especially if should have Chuck come over here and show you guys this if I can do it. You line up those dots. Where does the venom dot go? Oh, we're crashing. Mark did such an awesome job. You just have to take my word for it. When you line up the 3, it looks like that front sight is illuminated. Whoa. Yeah. I'm just going to do this right now. I usually always forget, and I'm not sure what the battery life is on this. I'm not even sure if I even have any backups for this guy, but yeah, this thing is just see all that movement? For the money, best bang for the buck that I have found so far. And that is the Lone Wolf Ultimate Adjustable Trigger. And then of course you already saw that. That's the gold right there. Or is this the gold right there? Get it? Gold. That's funny ass shit right there. Harmarsh 2. I'm watching, but it's very early Sunday morning. Harmarsh 2. Have you ever tried Broken Skull IPA from El Segundo Brewery? No, I do not think so. That does not sound familiar at all. Sharky, regarding the PMR 30, rim cartridges and double or even, God forbid, quad stacked mags are just disasters waiting to happen. Hell, it's hard enough to just design a single stack mag for any rim cartridge. No wonder Ruger made the rotary mag for the 1022, and why Desert Eagles in 357 and 44 aren't known for their reliability. Is your 6 covered? On the Hangin' with Mr. Holster? Sure miss him. Amos Walker on the right video. If you like hoppy IPAs, I suggest Carbox Hop Tongue and their Rodeo Clown. Don't know if they are readily available in Duluth. They are based in Houston, and I find them easily where I'm at in Texas. No, I have not heard of either one of those, but I could probably do a little care package swap with Johnny Watson or Johnny Concho if they are able to find something like that. Thank you. Mr. 27, Holy Intro Babe Brew Bomi. Foo Master 2, howdy brother, another delicious show, at least the beginning, laugh out loud. Mr. 27, where are we? Oh shit, home stretch. Mr. 27, holy intro, babe. Sorry, I went too far with Mr. 27. Mr. 27, I think you need to hurry up and drink those 2 mugs of beer that lady on the screen is holding. Oh yeah, if we could just have gotten those beers out of the way. You know, I still got a beer in here from Scotsman. I don't have a beer to enjoy during the after party. Mr. 27, 90th viewer, 59th commenter. I'm super late. Mr. 27, yes sir, it's still politics, and they're drones versus us. Last comment, they're brown. Hello, you cute ass bastards. I don't know about that. Let me see if I actually have something I could pop open. Oh, the chili is smelling really good. Oh yeah, I do. Why not follow up a whole bunch of fucking Scotch or whiskey with 10% double IPA? What could go wrong, he said. Have another beer, he said. Drink it out of a Two-Hearted Ale Club, because that's what Ed would approve of, and Clyde sent you. Okay. I actually like this, and overall, for me, Surly is, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Did I miss a message from Nihat? Oh. Famous Grouse. Famous Grouse. That's what I have been drinking. Another one that's dirt cheap. Famous Grouse Scotch whiskey with a Y, not an E. Will run you, let's see, the cheapest one that I see on this list. Cheapest one that I'm seeing on this list is $22. The most expensive one that I am seeing on this list is $35. Famous Grouse. Okay, I got it right on the Scotch. It doesn't say anything about the years. Single malt whiskeys used in famous Grouse blend include Edrington owned Highland Park and McLean. They own Highland Park. Me and right or wrong, I'm probably going to save up a little bit of money. Christine actually was interested in getting a bottle of some good Scotch to celebrate our anniversary this year coming up. And one of the things on that consideration list was Highland Park. My first experience with Highland Park was because of Stripey McCatpuss. He and his lovely wife brought a bottle of it when they were here for our shoot a few years back. Alright, I'm just gonna... Alright. Okay, I don't have a problem with another one that's a good sipping one that didn't break the bank. Nyap, I toast you, and I appreciate this. And let's go to the sunny slopes of long ago's Two-Hearted Ed Club. First in is J-Dog, saying here. Scotsman whiskey, cheers to Ed and Mr. Holster. Let's not forget Justin. Oh, no, we'll never forget Justin. And since it's already poured, Scotsman, I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna run what I've brung. Next, can't come pre-dawn. Can't come in April. Sorry, no vacation. I'd really like to be up there. We are still planning on our normal venture in September, if that's cool. Heck yeah. At this very moment in time, I'm not sure. It's possible that somebody else might be here. If not, it'll just be the usual suspects, the local boys, and just us, which in a very honest and selfish way, I'm okay with. Just being able to have my time with Mr. and Mrs. Pre-Dawn Death, and screw the rest. A little beer, a little cigar time, a little smoked salmon from Russ Kendall's. Maybe trying to. Wow, that's not clean. Worth the shit. Maybe try to find some scenery and places to go visit that you guys haven't done yet. Hey, maybe we could drive down to the Twin Cities and run through the Somali areas and see what a true fucking shithole looks like. It's my money. Beer review time. More cowbell really not necessary. Thanks. P. Thetis Hornswoggler. Mr. Holster had 2 SIG P220s, one in double action 45 and one in single action like yours was 10 millimeter. That explains it, because when I was going through a bunch of his videos but didn't actually watch them, I found I think I found the one that he did a review on the 45, and I was kind of like, wow, did he get one of these before it was available to the public? That explains it. Thank you. I didn't see either one of them while I was there. I think the 45 was the one that he got rid of first, and then the and then I think the 10 millimeter went after that. And dude, am I subbed to you? If not, go and fix that. Go and fix that right now. You only have 2 subs. You don't have any content, but let's hope that someday you do. I like to show my respects to the people that seem cool as hell that have become my friends over here. There's nothing over here but friends. It's like, wipe that whole number out, start all over of just the people that are truly friends. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, there's a shock. I'm gonna hit the let's see, I see no Stalker Steve, and I see no Stalker Steve or the Real Cobra Burnout. Neither one of them give me the excuse about work today. Having a real life, though, that is a full possibility. J-Dog says, so J-Dog, the one that you had from an hour ago was not in the Two-Hearted Sunny Slopes Along Ago Ed Club. Justin. But this one is, he says, well, he doesn't say anything. He has a heart, he has a club, he has a cowboy, and he has beer. Thank you, J-Doc. Okay, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to have to go upstairs and make sure the chili for dinner tonight is going to be okay. Because it's sure smelling good. Hopefully we get together tomorrow. I know me and Christine, we do have some errands to run, but now, stay safe.